Welcome to my channel. I am GDP, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Realms Gate and give you guys an update on where I am in the end game of Realms Gate, um, and kind of show you guys how difficult this actually is and see if my predictions from my previous video up in the right corner um, became true. So let's go ahead and get started with Magirian real quick. So for my gearing for Realms Gate, I've kind of noticed that having SFX is pretty much a pretty crucial must have in these later stages if you want to effectively clear them with one hit without worrying too much about your heroes dying and then you having to smash it multiple times. Um, I usually just go ahead and keep my regular PvP setup on my heroes. I am going to use Purify instead of Resilience. I do use Resilience in PvP just to clear off Amun-Ra curses. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to go with a 1-3 split here with Augustus Magic Ball. Got a speed attack stone. I could go with an attack, but I'm not going to worry about changing that right now. I am going to be running double Rogan here. Both of these guys got the exact same setup here, speed, HP. Got Demon Bell Radiant version on both these two guys. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep the speed enables on him. Don't really care too much about the Rogans. They're just going to just feed energy. And then I got an Amun-Ra here for the last Demon Bell for the Glittery. So she's going to be able to feed the energy into my ticks. Yeah, this is kind of the same PvP enables that I have. And then this Amun-Ra has a 2-2 split here. I should actually use my Ignis gear. Let's go ahead and do that. Should probably use this Ignis gear. So we'll go ahead and use that. We'll use the Splendid Crown. And then we have our final hero here, Tix. Going with Holy Damage Attack. Splendid Staff, Full Red, Purify, Unbending Will. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's 6 heroes. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through here. We'll watch a couple fights, smash through a bunch. I do have a bunch of this Lumino energy generated up, almost a full day's worth. So I'll be able to at least maybe get to the last node or not. Yeah, I'll go ahead and watch a couple of these fights here, kind of show you guys how strong these teams are, and if my predictions were pretty much right or not. In that video that I discussed about the Realms Gate, I pretty much said that anything over 40 is going to be near impossible for the majority of the player base. I believe that is true, at least doing in one hit clears. I think the majority of the player base is probably stuck in the upper 20s to low 30s. I know at least that's how it is on my alt and my other alt. They are in the lower 30s right now, and they are struggling. They don't have SFX, so they actually are struggling a little bit. They don't have Tixes, so they're not able to get through the waves as easy as my main. So I don't think many people are going to get to the stage I am right now. I do think I can go higher. Not many of these waves actually give me trouble. The only one that really gives me trouble sometimes is the Dark Wave, and that's purely just because of Amun-Ra possibly cursing my SFX. Once again, if I wanted to fix that, I could run Resilience instead of Purify. Might be a little bit better against them, but with the stuns and all the CC that these other things have, I think Purify is just, at least in the general term, it's more useful. And I don't think most people are going to be, changing out gear for this. They're going to be probably just going through it with one type of gear. Yeah, so like if I didn't have Purify here, I mean, even if Purify I was still stunned. I still got out of it after the second round. Yeah, that Cruz is not dying. That Cruz is really not dying. All right, let's go ahead and skip that. Yeah, so I did use a crystal to drop these chests. So here's actually one of those waves right here. So this wave right here, I usually take 2 hits to clear. I can clear it in 1 hit if I kill the tick or the Amun-Ra or CC the Amun-Ra. But normally it doesn't happen, and I have to clear it in 2 times. So yeah, my Tix is horrified. My she's horrified right now, so she's not gonna be able to attack right now. And so she's got a curse, so she just killed herself. So yeah, so this is gonna take me 2 hits. Go ahead and smash that. So that's the only wave that ever takes me 2 hits, other than a boss. Sometimes there's some bosses that actually take more than 1 hit for me at this stage. So here's a light one. Let's watch a light one. We'll watch one of each and then try to just smash through them. See if we can get some bosses. Yeah, I think the majority of the player base isn't going to be able to be this far. I think most people, as I said, are probably in the mid to late 20s, maybe the low 30s. That's probably where the general population is at. Only the whales are going to be in the upper 30s to lower 40s. If you're a mega whale status, you might be in 44, 45. I know there are some people that are a little bit higher than me. Just because they probably prioritized not going for chest nodes, which I have been hitting pretty much all the chest nodes on purpose. I just want to get those chances for Transcendence crystals or Prophet orbs that are in them, because those Prophet orbs are actually pretty worth it. They're 500 gems worth, so I think going for the Prophet orbs are pretty good. So that heroic scroll, not really that worth it. Heroic scroll, not really worth it. We know we can hit that with 1 hit, so we'll go ahead and skip the Abyss wave. I've already showed the Abyss wave once. So yeah, so like as this, I'm prioritizing the chest wave. Most people probably don't, just because it costs 10. But I like to hit them just for the chance of COT to be in them. And the dust is actually really good. 3,450 dust is really nice. See, there we go. We got COT off of this one. And we got a boss node here. Let's see what boss. So we got the dark boss. I wonder if that's the 2 times 1. If that's the light and dark one, I usually took this light wave 2 times for me, which usually doesn't happen. So depending on which one this is, if this has the shadow hero in the front, I usually can't clear it in 1. But if this is just the 2 bosses, this is usually the one that has like mega ultra high HP. Yep, so this is the one with like super high HP. This fight will probably go to like round 20 probably. So this Foss has a really large HP pool. It actually has a pretty ridiculously high HP pool. As I said, it's round 5, and like I barely put a dent into their HP right now. Wow, that's a lot of HP. I think my heroes die eventually, and it just becomes SFX. And since there's only 2 heroes, SFX can dodge one of them, and then just take damage from the other one. And with the Amun-Ra shield there, it actually helps out a lot for her survivability against these 2. Yeah, wow. It's barely even touched at round 10. That's how high these guys' HP pool is. It's been a while since I've watched this fight. A pretty high HP pool. And it's not like you can use a Delacium army either, because they just purify themselves since they have Purify, so it's not like I can try to like use a Delacium army or something to try to kill him really fast. Just kind of got to go with this. They're going to start hurting here soon. But my heroes will start hitting really hard. Since I scale and they will scale as well. At round 15, I've barely even put a dent in this dark hero so far. Dark dummy. Yep, they're starting to hurt. We get 2 Amun-Ra shields here. I'm starting to do some decent damage now. It's starting to scale up. They're starting to die a little bit faster. A Tix here is going to die here. Or at least get his Unbending Will procced here soon. Because without the raw, yep, I think he's going to get Unbending Will procced right there. Yep. So we'll get some shields. We'll heal up to full. So that Tix is going to die. I think the Tix will die here. Yep, Tix just died. So the Tix looks like he marked the light dummy. The light dummy is going to get constant damage from the Tix after the end of each round. These are really starting to hurt. But I am deciding to do my damage is ramping up really high. SFX is well, there's my team. So now it's just basically SFX just cleaning up. I don't think there's a chance of them hitting or killing my SFX through it, to be honest. We'll see. So as long as I kill the one, we'll be fine. So we do have a bunch of Amun-Ra shields stacked up. Yep, so we just killed the one, so now we're going to be infinitely dodging them. And look at those, look at that damage. Oh. Look at that counter. Look at this damage. Oh, massive damage coming from Xia right there. What is that? 127.7 billion coming from SFX right there. Got 12 billion from Tix. Honestly, my other team wasn't really needed except for the Raz. Probably only needed the SFX for this, but that just goes to show like the power of SFX in this Realms Gate. We'll go ahead and skip the chest here. We'll skip this. Yep, so figured 2 hits for those as usual. Looks like we got 2 darks. That's unfortunate. So these are good. This could take 2 hits each. Yeah, it's come to the point where I can't clear these in 1 hit anymore. I used to be able to, but it's come to the point where I can't really anymore. Let's go ahead and go right here. I think it's still pretty efficient though for me to keep farming at this level, just because I can pretty much one-shot everything else except for those dark waves. So, let's see here. We got Crystal. All right, so one of these frontline heroes gaining 20% block. Nope. Backline heroes gain a 15% attack bonus. Backline heroes take 15% less damage from critical hits. Yep, I'm gonna take that one. I like the defensive stats rather than the attack stats in this, just so my heroes can live a little bit longer. I think that's a little bit more important than having the attack. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit the boss. Let's go ahead and hit the autofill there. Yep, so I'm just gonna be just 5 short on this boss. Which boss is it? Oh, looks like it's that same one. we'll just hit this guy and then end it for there. But yeah, so that's just a little update on me and Corruption 43. Be able to hit Corruption 44 after I clear this wave here. So yeah, so I think it's gonna start to get impossible for me probably around 50. So I think my original predictions were pretty spot on actually. I thought 40 plus would be pretty much impossible for the majority of the population. And the people that are super whales will be able to keep on going, kind of like me, or the people that have SFX. I think we got a little bit more room that we can progress in, but once I think it goes to 50, I think it's going to start to hurt. I don't know if we're going to be able to go much past 50, but I'll give an update later on once I get there. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A little bit more chill this time, and I'll see you guys in the next one.